The effects of climate change on animals are also in Canada. Climate change forces animal adaptation. Climate change is a strong and powerful force that will cause animals to adapt over time due to the changing climate and changing temperatures caused by that. This change leaves animals with two options: A, adapt and survive, or B, eventually die off. Many animals may also try to adapt, but may not be able to due to the rapid change in the pace that climate change is moving at and the challenges it causes. A piece by Yadvinder Mali, a professor of ecosystem science, says that this rapid change is caused by human structures, in particular cement. He continues to say that it is also caused by pollution, which is also caused by humans. This gives us an idea of what we need to do as humans. We need to become more environmentally friendly in order to ensure the best possible outcome for animals and ensure their survival. Now, what animals will be affected by climate change? The simple answer is that every animal will be affected by climate change due to its importance in their lives. All animals depend on their climate to be stable or survive. This is because they are already adapted to it and have features and things that have evolved over time to make them ready for their climate and everything that throws at them. But when it changes, they're completely off guard. It is as essential as water for us. If someone takes away your source of water, you will either need to find a new source of water or you will need to learn how to survive without water. It's the same for them, and that is that important. They will either need to move somewhere else to find somewhere that better fits their lifestyle and required climate, or they will need to learn to adapt to the current one in their current habitat. An example of an animal adapting is the polar bear. Polar bears are a species of animal that require very cold temperatures in order to survive. According to IMP Adone, who is an award-winning climate journalist, says that between the years 1979 and 2014, the number of ice-covered days decreased from 18 to 19 in polar bear subpopulations. One of these populations, the Barents Sea, as shown above, has lost over 4 days a year of ice-covered days. They are melting faster due to the warmer temperatures, which are also affecting the polar bears. Not only is the weather causing these polar bears to move, but it is also causing their prey to move. They are being forced to follow their prey, which is moving as well because of the climate. According to Will Dunham, polar bears are being found on remote glaciers. They are also not reproducing as well and are becoming smaller over time. In England in the 14th century, climate change was having its effect on the English peppered moth. Due to the cold pollution, it was causing trees to turn black from the soot released. The soot settled on the trees and caused animals to have to adapt when they usually blended in when they no longer did. As shown above, the original peppered moth, which is white with a shade of white with some black spots, turned to a deeper, more pure black. Eric Bender, who graduated from Georgetown University, says that it had to adapt in order to become darker so it would survive better. The best blend is that it would blend in better with these darker trees. This is also an example of natural selection as well as survival of the fittest. The bats of Costa Rica. According to Bat Conservation International, bats in Costa Rica are having to migrate because of the warmer temperatures. They're having to move into higher elevation in the mountains in order to find a lifestyle that better fits their preferred climate of a cooler life. They're doing this to avoid the heat and the best survival. According to U.S. National Park Service, rising temperatures lowered many species' survival rates. Due to the changes that lead to less food, less successful reproduction, and interfering with the environment for native wildlife. The conclusion: animal safety is currently at danger. and their best chances of survival come from us becoming more environmentally friendly in order to ensure that they will continue to thrive well into the future and that they will have their best chance at survival. We need to do our part to make sure that these animals can survive and can rebound, and that we can slow the rapid pace and change of climate change so that animals will have their best chances of survival. These are my words.
Thank you, Aiden. Okay, so what additional questions emerged from your research, and why are those questions important?
So, the additional questions that emerged. So, my original question was, why is it causing animals to adapt, and why is it causing animals to adapt, and eventually change to how are animals being forced to adapt, and in what ways are they adapting to this? And this is important because we understand how they're going to react, and that how actually dangerous it is for them, and that it needs to be slow.
Okay. And then, how did you use the conclusions or questions of other people to advance your own research?
So, I used the conclusions of others, which were that humans need to be more environmentally friendly, and that these animals are going to have to adapt or eventually die off. And I used that to kind of put together my whole argument that was based around these animals changing and how they're doing it, and and humans' effects on why they change.
Okay, good. Thank you.